Yo, what's up, everybody? What's happening? It's your boy MJ Wemoto. Hopefully, this stream is working. I'm actually trying to check it out on my phone, just to see if it's actually working. But I don't know. I really don't know. So hopefully, it is, or else I am just talking to myself for however long this is gonna be. But anyway, Um, yeah, it's kind of crazy right now. Just finished watching the Logan Paul Mayweather fight. Ah, disappointing, man. Disappointing. I don't even know what else to say. Uh, but I should have known. I really should have known when they announced that there's not going to be a winner before the fight. I really should have known that this was not going to be, that kind of fight. And honestly speaking, we know Mayweather is pretty much like the GOAT. At least of this era, he's like the GOAT. Undoubted. There is no way Logan Paul is going to last freaking 8 rounds with the GOAT and absolutely nothing happens. Like nothing at all. I don't know. Some people are saying they enjoyed the fight, but I personally didn't. I just thought it was like a serious sort of slugfest. Um, the fight never really got going. If we're gonna be honest, it never got going. Not once did it get going, and that's the annoying part about it because you kind of, I don't know. I don't know. What did you expect? But I really should have known. In terms of value for money, if you're going to pay $50 for that, maybe it's just because we're in a pandemic and there's a lack of entertainment or a lack of just unpredictable stuff. But I thought, like, for sure, the only way this was going to be anything exciting is if somebody drops somebody else, which is more likely Mayweather dropped Logan Paul. But that didn't happen. The guys were pretty much hugging the whole time. But anyway, it's all good. You know what? Enough about the fight. That was a straight up scam. I can't even say I feel cheated because I really should have known. Yeah, they did it for the money and they got it. They got the money. They got the money. Right now, did you see the way Mayweather was like dancing and he was laughing straight after the fight, like he's just done like a light workout and all that stuff, and you're thinking, damn, this was it. That's all it was. And I think after the show, they were saying Mayweather is probably going to get around 50 million. And Logan Paul is probably going to get around 10 million for 24 minutes of work. I mean, granted that they did whatever work they had to do to prepare for the fight, which wasn't much of a fight anyway, but still, that's basically how this thing ended. So I don't know. Let me know. Did you think it was cool? Did you like the fight? Um, not much else I can say about it, honestly. It is what it is. Disappointing to say the least, but you know, it's the name of the game. And these exhibition fights are just, there's something else. Anyway, let's move on to more interesting topics. Um, yeah, let's have a look and see. Okay, what I do have, let's talk about my new EP, GCHMA. It's out, dropped on Friday. Long time coming. Tell you what, this EP was ready It was fully recorded last year, actually. It was fully recorded last year, maybe by November, roughly. Yeah, I think November. And had to sit on it. I actually wanted to get it out. I actually wanted to get it out in November, but there's so much going on, moving houses and stuff like that. I was just so busy. So I decided, you know what? I have to sit on this EP. And because of that, it took another, I don't know, like 5 months, 6 months actually, because we're in June now. Um, and that was quite a wait because I ended up getting the project actually finished in February. That's when I got it finished. Um, and the same week I got it finished, I uploaded it. Then I had to choose a date. But then the thing is, I couldn't just release it because before then, I had only released one song, which was Bosi Mboka, the Willard Katande song. And that was like July last year. Um, and then going back to it, I thought, nah, I cannot just release that one song. And it's not even on the EP. So I decided I have to release at least one or two other singles before we get into it. And it just so happened that the first one that I released, I think, is Very Rude. That was like mid February, Feb 12th, somewhere there. Yeah. And then Mbinga, Pro G's Mbinga, featuring Psycho, ZW, Scar, Blacksmith, and TRK, as well as myself, was released, I think, the week after or 2 weeks after. And then, yeah, gave it a bit of time to marinate. Mbinga did really, really well. Then Very Rude was a slow burner. I actually thought like that's the banger of the album, of the EP. But it was also the easiest song to give to the world because, first of all, nobody really knew I could do the whole rap thing. That was the first thing because when you look at Bossy and Boca, it was more, it was Ama piano, so it's a different vibe altogether. But even then, before Bossy and Boca, Pro G had released his debut EP, Third Floor. Was it Third Floor? I think it was Third Floor. Yeah, he had released his debut EP, Third Floor, which had the song Kokoko. Personally, I think the song is fire, not because I'm the one who did the vocals or whatever. I think the song is fire. The song is different, but then it never really stuck, right? So not many people know that song, but people are catching up to it. I think it was played on like Madorofia FM last week. I think so. I think it was last week, but not really sure. Anyway, um, so nobody really knew that I could do the whole rap thing. So I thought, you know what, might as well surprise people because nobody actually really thought I did the music thing anyway. They just thought, the Bossy Mboka song was just fun, of which it kind of went viral on Twitter. And that was a good start, but I don't think I ever really capitalized on it. Fair and fine. It is what it is. So yeah, after releasing Very Rude and then being Mbigo as the bigger song, obviously, Very Rude did quite well in terms of the people that just liked the song. People who vibed with it, straight up. If people didn't vibe with it, they were just like, yeah, whatever. So yeah, and then between that time and I think the start of May, I was just working on music. Some of it, most of it, you haven't even heard. The only song between then and between that I recorded between that period that came out is Pachigai with Lil Maro. That song did things for me, man. So shout out to Lil Maro because that was big. That was big. It was, hmm, I think the first song I've ever done to actually get to, did it get to 10,000 streams on Spotify? I don't know. I have to check. Let's check Spotify. I just have to bring it up. So if we look at Spotify, yeah, I'm just bringing up the Spotify window. Ah, there we go. Spotify. And there's something up on my camera, but whatever. It is what it is. So on Spotify, Pachi Guy, this is the song I did with Lil Maro. Um actually did really, really well. Let's go to Lil Maro's page. Check it out. It's the most popular song on Lil Maro's page right now. Still didn't quite get to 10K, but currently it is the song that people are liking, and it got picked up on so many playlists and stuff like that, which is pretty cool. Yeah. But anyway, going back to it, release Pachigai. After Pachigai was Yapira, which was released 9 days ago. And that song blew up, man. Got picked up on Amapiano playlists. It was just crazy, crazy. Sorry, I've got a bit of a sore throat, but yeah, too much recording. Anyway, yeah. So after Yapeda, I knew the EP was coming out, dropped 2 days ago, which was June 4th, probably 3 days ago for most people were like Monday morning. It's Sunday night this side. So I just thought, why not do this live? And I also haven't actually done a live on this channel. So this is the first time doing a live on this channel. So thought, you know what? I'm gonna test it out, see how it goes. But yeah, this is my Spotify page, and you got to listen to the album. I can tell you right now, after Yapira is actually, for me, that's probably the biggest song I've ever done. um close to Pachiga as well. And it's on the EP, GCHMA, which stands for Get Comfortable Having Me Around. That's the name of the of the EP. And I decided to shorten it to GCHMA because it was just way too long saying Get Comfortable Having Me Around. So I'd find a way just to say it, but keep it short, nice and sweet. But anyway, inside scoop. When I look at my Spotify for artists, Chikwere, that's the song. That's the song that got next, like for real, for real. And I remember even submitting like uh, email requests just for playlisting and stuff. And basically, what I just did was I gave um the playlist is like 3 tracks, and I just said, look, I think these are the biggest tracks from the album, which is Yapera Very Rude from the EP, Yapera Very Rude and Chikwere, take your pick. And most went for Chikwere. They're like, yo, this sounds unique, this is different. And funny enough, they don't even understand what I'm rapping about on the song, because it's a mixture of Shona and English, and I think a lot of it is Shona anyway. So that's pretty interesting. I think maybe in the next few days, you actually see the song probably having a few more than 1,000 plays, and it's going to show up right there. And pretty exciting. So check out Chikwere. That's pretty cool. But yeah, that's basically everything from the EP itself. So, which is this one, Get Comfortable Having Me Around. So my very first EP, I was really excited that it's produced entirely by Prodigy. The only thing he didn't produce was track 4, which is not even a track, it's an interlude, which just breaks up the album or the EP. between more like the more hip hop side, which is tracks one, two, and three, definitely the hip hop side, and then the more dancey side with Mafix and Yapet. So it's also a journey of discovery for me because I can't say I'm just a rapper. I could say that, but I don't think I'm a hip hop guy like that. Honestly speaking, I wouldn't even put myself close to any of the really really good rappers, be it out of Zim or out of Africa. Um, the thing is, it just so happens that I can rap to a certain extent, and that's what I'm super comfortable doing. So I just do that in terms of the music. But like, yeah, I, you know what? I hate the labor that comes with hip hop and having to write super clever lines. I'm not even gonna lie. I hate the process. I absolutely hate it because like it really needs you to like focus like a lot and come up with those lyrics and everything else. And I feel like maybe from the rap side of things, you're always trying to outdo maybe yourself, but also others. Because they're like, last time I did this, so now I gotta do this and do this and do this and do this. But sometimes I just want to make music, bro. Maybe that's where the I'm a piano side of it comes from. I don't know. Yeah. But I think it's not strictly I'm a piano on my part. I love the genre, but I just love vibey music, melodious music. Doesn't really matter what genre it is. So expect some more stuff from me, I guess. In terms of that, musical surprises, so to speak. And yeah, there's going to be a bit of that. But moving on, moving on, moving on. What's the other thing I wanted to talk about? Mental health in the music industry. Bruh, bruh, bruh. That's another thing altogether, you know? But we have to talk about it because it's a thing. It really is a thing. So, yeah. Like I put out a tweet. This was when was it? It was I'm actually looking for the screen, so that's why this thing stopped working for a bit. Um I put out a tweet. Actually, you know what? It was on Friday, which was the same day I released GCHMA. And let me bring it up because if I bring it up, you'll be able to actually see um, what I'm talking about. And the tweet just, for some reason, blew up. But then again, I don't want to say blew up because it makes it seem. I think nowadays, blowing up, a tweet blowing up is like you get thousands of likes and retweets. Not after that, anyway. So, what ifs? That's just another thing. But I just want to bring up the window with the tweet. Yes. Can you see this? Well, I think you can see it. I'm just gonna check my phone because yep, yep, it came up. Anyway, this was the tweet. So I basically said the music industry can be horribly soul sucking. When you ask some people, why don't you make music anymore? You realize that it's some sort of trauma response, and music that used to give them life now fuels their anxiety. It's serious out there. Treat one another well. You know what? Like, it seems like this tweet resonated with a lot of people for whatever reason. I don't even know. Like, people are going through it in the music industry, bro. People are going through it in the music industry. The one thing I can tell you, and I'm not trying to come from a place of negativity because the music industry has been amazing to me in many ways. I've made some good friends, great relationships, learned a lot, and I value that thing. But at the same time, there's the other side of the music industry that maybe is not talked about a lot. Um, and this is, think about it. When the music industry weighs you down so much that you end up not feeling appreciated as a human being, as a creator, how do you deal with that? How do you deal with such a thing? And this is what we're seeing with the music industry. I think it's actually worse right now, simply because we're seeing a worse situation than it would have been uh 18 months ago before the pandemic, right? Because the music industry was, I guess, normal or regular then, but now things have changed. The dynamic has shifted, and musicians are, especially like in Africa, bro, are far worse off than you'd think. Especially musicians that relied mostly on shows. It's not like streaming revenue is going to get you enough money to pay your bills for most musicians out there. Probably not, you know and the money doesn't necessarily come in that often for most of us too. um I don't know, man. It just feels like dealing with some of these issues, we're doing it alone. Like, if you're going through something in the music industry, you're probably going through it alone. um and I hope, like, with time I can have somebody like Soul Deep coming through, because she's got the tweet that you can see there, that says, "I had to stop making music completely at one point because it became the fountain of my anxiety, when it used to be a safe place. I've recently decided to stop writing for a while, just so I can try to manage the backlog of projects and ease some of my anxiety." Crazy, right? Crazy. But she's not the only one. So I know we already had the chat, and we're just trying to work out when she can come and chat about this. But it shows that, you know what, even some of the most awesomely talented people like Soul Deep, they're going through it, man. They're going through it, and there might be uh, an entire mental health uh, situation that's not even being talked about among creatives. Because, I mean, dude, like, you know 53 likes. Most of my posts don't get 53 likes on Twitter anyway. So, yeah, somebody resonated with this, and I'd love to just talk about it more. You know, I went through a period of maybe about 3 or 4 years where I did not want anything to do with music. No podcasts, no music, nothing. Basically, well, I did listen to music, but I just didn't want to deal with the back end of music, the behind the scenes, the relationships, the fake friendships and all that stuff, because it had taken so much away from me. I didn't want anything to do with it. When I actually got back into it and started doing stuff like, I think I started with the Moto podcast. I'd gone through the ringer, man. I was just, I didn't want to do it. But when you do love something, sometimes, it just pulls you back. And that's what happened. Pulled me back. But I only got back to it um, at a moment in time when I felt ready, when I felt I had dealt with the the bad relationships that had maybe cost me my happiness at a certain point in time, and just let go of the baggage. Then I came back to the industry. So sometimes it is what it is. You know what I mean? Like you have to do things a certain way. Uh, but ultimately, it is serious that, many creatives, many musicians, and other people that are just behind the scenes. It could be producers, it could be composers, it could be even managers. Go through it with the music industry because there's a level of I don't know, fakeness that's in the industry. It's there. You may want to admit it, you may not want to admit it, but it's there. So hopefully we can chat about it. If anybody else besides Soul Deep really wants to have a chat, yeah, we should. And maybe we can make a series out of it and help each other out. Like, could be anything, coping mechanisms, could be anything. Um, Maybe even you telling your story about how you got over it, or are you going through it? What are you doing? Because it's super important to help each other out because this industry can consume you, man. And one of the worst things for me was maybe back in the day, unknowingly putting people in situations that ended up costing them because I was always the guy who knew, oh, yeah, I know this studio. I know this guy who has a studio. I know this and that. But in my love for music, I was also a bit naive to think everybody was just like cool and, we love music. We're going to watch out for each other. But that's not what happens. And because of those connections and people are introduced to other people, I actually put some people in some form of harm's way without even knowing that I'm doing that, because the people that I had introduced to them weren't genuine people. And this is what you find in the music industry a lot. And this was going back like, I don't know, 15, 16 years ago. Now just imagine right now, um, we're still dealing with it, but just in a different way. And yeah, people fall out in the music industry all the time, but there's another level where people are going through it. If it's not the financial side of things, it might be being taken advantage of or anything of the sort. So ultimately, just be good to one another in the music industry. That's all I can say. Um, yeah, but watch out for that. We definitely are going to talk about this mental health stuff probably in the next week or so. And I think it's going to be a great topic just to get into because it's pretty serious. But anyway, I gotta bounce. I gotta go. I just wanted to really test this whole life situation because I haven't actually done so on this account. So all the lives that I did on the other account, even if I re-uploaded them here, they just appear as normal uploaded videos. So I don't know what's up with my camera though. But anyway, it's all good. Thanks so much for joining me on Moto Music. That was pretty cool. Just getting to talk to everybody. Discussed the Logan Paul and Mayweather scam fight. Discussed the release of my EP GCHMA, which is out now. Stream it. Check it out. It's pretty awesome. 7 tracks. Well, it's more like 5 tracks, one interlude and one outro. But anyway, that's another story. And lastly, talked about mental health in the music industry, which is a topic that I didn't get too deep into, but we're definitely going to talk about it. I hope to have Soul Deep on the show sometime soon, and hopefully anybody else wants to talk about it. But it's all good. It's a Sunday night. It's like 11 p.m. I'm out. I want to get my full 8 hours sleep before wake up tomorrow morning, do my whole 9 to 5 situation because it's busy out here. But anyway, you take care, stay safe. I'm pretty sure we're all still supposed to mask up. I don't know about people in the States because your country is weird, but mask up, do what you got to do, and just be safe out there. I'll check you guys out. I don't know when I do another live. Peace.